If I own the game on Steam, could I pre-order the DLC on Plaza? Yes. If you buy the game on Plaza, or you buy the DLC on Plaza, you get it on Steam as well.
Yeah.
It's all connected, man. Like
an intricate web.
Yeah, like an intricate web, like jam.
Made of.
Made of web.
Made of. I don't know. Oh, these buggers! Oh, they're going after my big station! Kill them!
Well,
Kill them!
That's gonna be not. That's not gonna work out for you.
Kill them!
Nope, you're losing that. That's not a battle that's going.
I was trying to fortify my star bases with more defense platforms, and this is the one that I neglected because I thought it was. That's the one they choose to attack.
Yeah.
The one that is the soft target is the one that they're going to attack.
Of course.
Elementary strategy. Don't attack your enemy's strength head on and get in a headbutting contest. Attack him where he's weak.
Oh,
those buggers. Oh, I'm going to get him. I'm going to get him.
Yeah. Okay. Let's research some Corvette build speed, because why not? Are there plans to revamp sectors? Maybe. You'll have to see when we start talking about things after Cherry, but that's going to be a while. Because we're still pretty focused on Cherry. Right.
All right, I gotta strengthen my border outposts here because this is.
You should. It's a good plan.
This is out of control. All right.
Are there any advantages for pre-ordering it on Plaza? It's cheaper? I don't actually know. Can you pay with Steam money? No. When you are strong, appear weak. When you are weak, appear strong. Sure.
The heart of that's a Sun Tzu thing. The essence of war is deception, right? The idea being that if you're strong, you want to lure the enemy into overconfidence so that he thinks he can beat you, and then you can force him into a set piece battle and crush him systematically.
Yeah.
If you're weak, you want to make him think you're strong so that he's reluctant to engage, and that gives you enough time. Oh, someone declared on you.
Nope, other way around.
Oh, you declared on them, okay.
Other way around.
Yes.
I'm the warmonger here.
Yes.
I'm spreading equivalency.
Yes, fight. I love it when my neighboring rivals engage each other and burn all their resources while I get stronger.
I mean, neighboring is a bit of a strong word here.
Well,
I'm fighting this guy.
We'll be neighbors soon enough.
Yeah, eventually.
Don't you worry.
Future neighbors.
I've got hope for the future.
Will you start talking about 2.1 right after 2.0?
2.1. Well, that would be a future patch, which basically we will do if it is necessary. We're also planning to do hopefully some sort of quality of life type update in the near future. That has to fit into our release schedule, of course. We're going to see how 2.0 goes, how stable it is, what the bug situation is like, and if it feels like it needs more work, we will, as always, support it. And yeah, that's what we're going to do. An update this size, there's always going to be a few things that are revealed in the first couple of days of thousands of people playing it rather than a few dozen.
Oh, yeah.
And
absolutely.
That is something that we always plan for and budget time to deal with.
Engaging hostile station.
You know what? I'm going to build things manually. Let's build a bunch of Corvettes here and well, one destroyer there, apparently. Yeah, actually, that one is super far away. Let's just build a few there and a lot here. Yes, Holy Tape. I think regional pricing is something that's being worked on, but not yet. For Plaza.
All right,
I seem to have caught these guys off guard because I don't think they have anyone coming after me right now, which is all right.
Cornered those pirates now. I'm going to get them. Unless they run into my neighbor's space.
You're a fanatic military spiritualist. Yeah, let's do a non-aggression pact for a while. Wait, who are they? These guys. The Democratic Moichi. Yeah, okay. I mean, you're big, but...
All right, pirates. It's on now. Messed up my nice border station. I'm going to make you pay the ultimate price.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, let's have you...
Yeah, so I just got 80 minerals and 50 energy credits for destroying that pirate station. So it's nice, but it's nowhere near the cost of...
Unless you can absolutely crush them, then you might actually lose out on it.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Sweet. Let's upgrade you and upgrade you.
System survey complete.
I'm gonna agree on Atomic Waffle. I'm gonna save that question for next week when Wiz is supposed to be here. Oh, god damn it. Thought they were gonna go here. Well, at least they split up their fleets, which is good. Oh yeah. Keep accidentally trying to pause. I have my thumb on the space bar, as all gamers usually do, and I keep like pause, come on, pause. It's like, oh yeah, of course.
Yeah, I hear you.
What am I doing? Right, let's move in. Will a spiritualist faction be unhappy about starting on a tomb world? I don't think so. I haven't tried it personally, but I don't think that should be an issue. Let's get this guy. Go. Got a fight going on. That's bad. Wait, no, they left the other way. Okay. Then I'm gonna take you this way. Let's see. Map the stars has run out. That's okay.
Construction complete.
Encourage political thought.
Don't do that. You don't want to give the peasants ideas, man.
Yeah, no. I want to give them ideas, and then I'm gonna boost my faction, so they all shift to me. It's a brilliant idea. I mean, I'm trying to make them democratic, but it's kind of fascist in a way.
System survey concluded.
You're gonna be free or else.
Yeah, exactly. You're gonna be free, and you're gonna like it.
No one ever said freedom was easy. Okay.
All right.
See, I really want to go raiding, but I've got like these pirates here, marauders here, I got a fallen empire here. I've got some pretty powerful neighbors. I don't have any obvious targets who I can go and beat up. Plus, I have my own empire is really underdeveloped. I've grabbed a ton of territory in the early game. I feel like I need to spend the resources and the time to actually build it up to the point where I can have a surplus to spend on fun stuff like war.
Yeah, I think that's a brilliant idea.
He who fails to plan and all that.
Continue. I don't actually know that saying.
He who fails to plan plans to fail.
Ah.
Basically, my mentality is the only reason my feeling is the only reason you should go to an aggressive war is when you've reached the absolute maximum of your own internal development. I mean, history proves it. It's generally much more profitable to just develop peacefully through trade and economic development than to try to take it from other people. The thing that causes empires to go to war is because they're sort of feeling like they're running out of those natural means of expansion, and so they feel like they got to go.
I think a lot of gamers would disagree with you.
Well, a lot of gamers also go to war for trollololo reasons, and that's completely fair in a game.
Yeah, but I mean that's
legitimate.
Hey, all right.
Oh, did you beat them?
We won.
There
they
you
gave
go.
up. So we got 100 influence and pop happiness, and I think
of
they
course
got something.
People are probably yelling at me in the chat right now saying that's not the only reason people go to war, and increasingly in the modern world people go to war for ideas rather than physical conquest.
Yeah, like
in the sort of post-Westphalian age, it's the idea of like annexing and absorbing in another nation state has become increasingly impractical, especially with the modern age of nationalism and all that.
Yep.
But people go to war for ideas. We're much more advanced now.
Trollololo is a legit CB.
Trollololo CB.
I think it's also
coming in 2.x.
It's also called Best CB, also known as No CB.
Yeah, there we go.
Which is not available in in Stellaris, but it has my favorite CB, which we checked out last week, which is Purification, because I love how just that one CB just completely changes how war plays out.
Yeah, and it makes sense because the normal empire types, I mean, you can have some pretty wild empires, but when I say the normal, I mean the more conventional ones. They generally go to war along like conventional lines as humans would understand it. But when you're talking fanatic purifiers or like exterminators or whatever, you're talking people for whom like there is no negotiation.
No.
There is no like settled peace. There's only breaks between rounds in the endless war that is their lives.
Yeah.
And so they wouldn't bother with like annexing and negotiating politically. They would just take. And if you took it from them, you took it back from them, then that's just the natural state of affairs for them.
Absolutely.
Alrighty.
Survey concluded.
I have got.
So Lenk has an idea here for a late game or mid game crisis, where an ancient hive mind, perhaps a history whiz fallen empire, pours through the gateways and takes only the adjacent systems due to psionic strain. That would be an interesting mid-game crisis. Asterion, where's that? Where, I mean, it's kind of, I think, was it last week where we talked about the, where we hypothesized a, Jesus Christ, why did you go there? Well, that's bad. That's really bad.
Oh, good.
A gateway fallen empire that just focuses on protecting the gateways. So this would be a crisis then that comes out of the gateways, and then you sort of have a potential war in the heavens kind of deal. That sounds cool.
Could be quite cool.
I like the idea.
Could be quite.
Not saying that it will ever happen, but I like the idea.
One of my favorite things as a gamer is I like asymmetric but still balanced gameplay.
Yep.
I love games where instead of the various player factions just being sort of reskinned versions of each other with slight sort of fluff differences, I like when there's really systematic differences between each, but it still has a good sense of balance. That's an extremely difficult thing to achieve, by the way. It sounds easy, but believe me, it's not. You have to consider every possible combination of play styles and empire types and not give anyone a dramatic, obvious superiority over the others, and it's something that we work very hard at. A thing that I often see in comments on our stuff is, oh, well, modders have done this already. And what I want to tell them is that a modder can do something in a weekend and not really care if it's balanced or not. They're only considering what they think is useful and worthwhile out of the game, and people aren't paying for it, so there's no penalty for failure. So people can you can put up anything you want as a mod, and we have absolutely encouraged that. People who don't like the balance of a mod will simply unsubscribe from it.
Yep.
Something that we make and have to sell, we have a positive obligation to our fans to make it as balanced as possible, and that means it takes time. So please keep that in mind when you're when you're
commenting on YouTube.
Yeah, I embrace all of it, even the negative stuff. I know people, if they didn't care, they wouldn't comment. They'd just walk on and move on with their lives. It shows that they care about and are passionate about what we make, and so in a weird way, it's like actually compliments us.
Yeah, absolutely.
But just try to be civil to my staff and realize that we have a lot of things to think about when we put something out, and that's why it sometimes takes time. The objective is to get it to you in a reasonable time span, but also with good quality. And that's always a tough balancing act. That's 99% of my job. So,
I think it's Fred that told me this, and I don't know if he heard it from someone else or if he came up with it, but the greatest humble brag about a Paradox game is the AI is too easy.
Yeah. It's a challenging thing.
What time next Thursday is Apocalypse and 2.0 getting released? Well, I would look at previous releases and
I'm not telling, but people
extrapolate.
they can look at that and they can draw their own conclusions.
Because it's probably going to be the same time as literally every release we've done in the last, 2 years.
We don't give a hard timing because basically some things can come up on release days that sometimes oblige a bit of a delay, and we don't want people to be sat there expecting something and then freak out when it doesn't arrive, but it will be on that day. That much is guaranteed.
Let's check this out. This could be terrible. Yep.
So I'm getting defense stations around all of my star bases now, which I had allowed to lag pretty badly.
Great. Specimens all on the other side of the world. Well, galaxy. Hello from Ottawa, Ontario. Hey.
Hey, fellow Canadians.
How's the weather in Sweden?
It's much the same as Ontario this time of year.
Well, they have a foot of snow, so...
Oh, okay, well, you're doing better than us. It's, or worse than us, rather.
Yeah,
it's quite nice here. It usually hovers around freezing. It's very rarely gets much worse than that. Rains a bit. I'm a Westerner, so I'm used to, like, savage cold with, like, -40, but it's very dry.
Yeah, well, that's...
Okay, he's got a tradition unlocked. He's got expansion and supremacy. I wonder what he would want. This is Martin's game, so I don't want to mess it up for him. Domination? No, I don't think he wants to make vassals. I think he wants to just conquer everyone.
Or does he? Adaptability would probably be something.
I feel like adaptability because he wants to spread out and, like, this gives you food production, habitability, reduces terraforming cost. Yeah, I think probably adaptability or prosperity maybe for economy because he wants to have a big fleet. I feel like prosperity because I'm almost running out of energy here.
Then, yeah, absolutely, do it.
Yeah.
I am falling behind on research so bad. I need to fix that. Do I have any... Yes, actually, you. Let's upgrade you and put in a trader thing. Oh, that's not research. Damn it. Oh, hey, this art is new. So, since you know this better than me, there's a natural wormhole here, which is colored red. Does this mean that it's unexplored?
I believe so, yeah. So if you have the tech for it, you can explore it.
Yeah. All right. And then the icon changes color, I guess, to the one you have explored.
Yes.
That is so nice.
Should do.
That is fantastic. Right. I think these guys are good to go home and heal up.
In fact, I think I have the wormhole technology now. Can I?
Do you?
Can I explore that thing?
That's a gateway.
Oh, no, sorry, I was wrong. I'll not do that yet. Do I have any It
doesn't seem like it. I don't think I do either.
I have the tech, but I don't believe I have any jump points in my map.
Oh, that's
oh, there we go. Hold on.
Construction complete.
Yeah, I have a natural wormhole, so I'm gonna go explore it.
Can I play a robotic empire with 25 Gaia start world civic? No, that's a an organic only civic, I believe. So because it would be super OP. Be like, no, I'm always going to start on a Gaia world, and I have 200% habitability on everything.
Yeah, that'd be insane.
It would be very overpowered.
Okay.
Yeah, okay. Let's do that thing that I said I was going to do. So these guys are the... they are egalitarian, which we... Let's promote this faction. These are militarists, which we don't mind. And then let's encourage political thought for 12 years. We'll get more egalitarians into our land. Or shift more egalitarians, I suppose. Right, where do we go now? I don't want to expand this way, if we go to my screen. There's this huge chunk of land here that I could expand into, but if I ever go to war with these guys...
Oh, cool! Check this! Oh, I want to... Sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you, but I found this awesome jump point. If you look at my screen, this wormhole from here jumped my science ship all the way down to here, so it opened up a back door into your empire! No. Well, well, well.
You have a bunch of tech, by the way. Chat is
Yeah, they're freaking out.
It's
but
freaking out.
I know, guys. Believe me, I'm much more efficient when I can pause. But when I got to play in real time with this savage killer here, I need to.
What? I'm not savage. You're the savage.
Yeah, you're a very civilized one.
Yeah,
That's it.
of course. Goddamn, I'm gonna need to. I mean, it's probably not gonna matter because there's gonna be a ton of wormholes probably that's gonna go from this side to this side.
This is really interesting because now we are basically neighbors.
Yeah.
The whole wormhole thing, the idea is to prevent a complete deadlock in the middle game when the borders have pressed up against each other and are stuck. You may be stuck in a situation where you're either allies with your neighbors or for whatever reason they're much stronger than you and you can't risk fighting them, but you open up a wormhole and blammo.
I do have the tech.
You've got access to whole new areas. And that leads to fun things and maybe some people will die.
Fun things. I think you need to reassess your definition of fun.
I have a strange definition of fun.
Right. So what I was gonna say is that there is this huge chunk of land here that I could take, but I don't want to because that gives them more entryways into my land instead of now they have to go through here and they have to go through here.
Yeah. See, it's that sort of thing. Someone was talking about the idea of a neutral zone.
Yeah.
In last week's stream. Well, we don't gain much from putting in a system of it, like a formal gameplay system. But if you make the strategic choice to accept shorter, more defensible borders, that is a totally reasonable strategy. If your enemy wants to fill that in, they only can attack you from a limited number of avenues that are easy for you to defend. And if you decide to attack, once you get out, you have multiple options, right?
Yep.
So it's that's a strategic choice rather than the only reasonable choice being to expand as frantically as you can, which is common.
Yeah.
In many games, but we're doing something about it. Oh, unemployment.
Many times the only path to a victory condition for a fanatic pacifist is forming a federation, which is just about impossible if your RNG is bad for other races. Will there be potential possibilities for a victory condition in which an isolated pacifist can still win? I know Martin has talked many times about him and not really liking the victory conditions because that's not the way people play. People don't play to win. Or at least not all the time. Some people do, but and I know he has talked about wanting to redo this, but I don't know when he would do that.
Yeah, I mean, when you say people don't play to win, that doesn't mean they're not playing to enjoy themselves.
Sorry, yeah.
It just means that it's kind of rare, and we have, we have some pretty good data to support this. That people go all the way to the absolute end of a game. Oftentimes, people get to the point where the outcome is a foregone conclusion, or they've got the satisfactory feeling of, okay, I achieved my goals, and then they just end the game naturally at that point.
Yeah.
Having more and better end game conditions would be something that would be nice. It's just something that's going to have to come in an update at some point when we have the capacity to do it.
When I say play to win, I don't mean you don't play to win, but I mean you don't play for the victory conditions. You don't go for like we could be like I'm gonna go for a domination victory and own 40% of all habitable planets.
I've got 400 or 600 hours in EU4.
Yeah.
And I think I've only actually gone to the absolute end of the calendar in that game 1 or 2 times. I usually get the satisfactory result that I'm looking for before that, and I say there's no point in belaboring this, and I move on to something else.
Absolutely.
But for those of you who really want that sense of completion, we'll look at it in the future.
Yep.
Not sure when. It's something that we know is kind of weak for us right now.
Let's.
I wonder. I probably have ships that need upgrading. No, they're okay.
Yes, it does. Let's remove this template. So I figured out how to fix my broken templates. That has been broken because of the saves. So I'm just going to transfer all my my ships into another template and then delete the old one. Sweet. Here we go. So this one 30. So we can't add cruisers, but let's add the couple of ships here.
Are we going
and
2 hours
reinforce
today
them.
again?
Yeah. We're gonna go 2 hours this week, 2 hours next week, and then from then on we're gonna go back to our thing until we have something new to talk about.
Yes.
And let's... Can we build more cruisers? Probably not. Let's be honest. Like that, and reinforce all. There we go. Okay, now I have nice, clean fleets. You go home, and you go home. You can't win at PDX games. PDX games win you. It's pretty much true.
Yeah.
The only winner is Paradox.
The only winner is people who have spent
Also, if you enjoyed it,
quality time.
Yeah.
And enjoyed themselves.
Time.
I don't consider it wasted if you had a good time and
No.
you got something useful out of it.
Look, time enjoyed is time well spent.
That's it.
That's how I justify my lifestyle. Do you still need the Voidborn perk to pick the Ringworld perk? Let's check it out.
Not sure.
So Circle of Life requires 3 other Ascension perks, requires Voidborn, and requires Mega Engineering.
Construction.
So
It's a
you-
circle of life. Sorry. Not sorry.
So you need Voidborn to pick Circle of Life. All right. So what are we doing right now?
Do you have any tea
should-
left? Yes, I do. Good.
Oh, need to.
Completed.
Oh God.
I used to be a fanatic coffee drinker, but I've had to switch to tea lately.
That is cold coffee. I mean, the Paradox coffee isn't the best, but cold isn't better.
What was
These-
this? What was the statistic for kilograms of coffee consumed a year in our office? 908 or something like that?
908.
Research
Like,
on-
I don't know if we get, because I never actually brew the coffee because it's always done before I get in.
Mhm.
I don't know if we get beans or ground.
It's ground.
It's ground, all
Yeah.
right. So it's 918 kilos of ground coffee.
Yeah.
In 2017.
That's what fuels the magic, folks.
Yeah. In 2018, it's gonna be higher.
Mm-hmm. And it also creates the illusion of life in a dead, lifeless husk.
How many bags for the coffee? 2.5, because that's what the manufacturer says.
2.5?
2.5.
Up on 7, we do 4.
I know, and it's disgusting.
It's insane.
It's disgusting.
It's actually, I believe it to actually be a health menace.
It probably is. I think some people are probably getting caffeine poisoning.
Mm-hmm. If that's the thing. Yeah, too much of anything can be poison.
I mean, that's the definition of too much, isn't it?
It's I don't want to say it's crunchy when you drink it, but man, it's nuclear.
You stick your spoon in it, and it's like, oh,
Ay, ay, ay.
the coffee isn't letting go.
Take the spoon out, it's all this corroded, melted thing filled with
Snap.
holes and stuff.
And all of a sudden, you realize there is no more spoon.
Yes, folks, you realize that this is the stuff that actually fuels game development.
Did you change how players invade primitives? Yes. So now you have to build a starbase in the system that you want to invade. So you have to own the system, which is the only cost, and then you can just invade. There's no more influence cost for invading a primitive planet or a planet with primitives. Let's see how they.
Do I have any permit? Oh, I do.
Why haven't you invaded them yet?
Well, I'm thinking about it.
Right.
How habitable is this if I were to take it?
Several craven civilizations have joined together.
Not bad, actually.
The Sanguine Alliance. Well, these guys are relatively friendly with me. Let's ask for association status, just so. Actually, let's check who's in this first. The Blessed Kroll Principality. They are slaving despots, and sorry, we can't join you. Where are they even? The Kroll. There we go. All right. Let's continue expanding here, because I think grabbing this is a good choke point, and then we can grab like all the way here is a good choke point as well. Where are my science ships? Yeah, that's fine. They are coming in. It's taking a while. When's the release date of Apocalypse? It's exactly 1 week.
That's it. 1 week from now, February 22nd. Along with the 2.0 Cherry Patch, which is free.
Yes.
For everyone.
With a ton of updates.
It's the biggest thing we've ever done. Certainly on Stellaris. And it's going to change the world.
Here's a question for you. If you end up getting gene tailoring, will you name your orc species template Urukai?
You know, that seems like a lot of thematically appropriate choice.
Yeah. I'll have to remember this for if this happens after Wiz gets back. Could we see more things add to primitive interactions? That sounds like an interesting idea. Maybe one day.
What was it? What was the question? Sorry.
So more things to interact with primitives. So say that that a world war breaks out, and you could intervene and stuff.
Well, it is something that there's plenty of cool ideas to improve.
Yeah.
Not sure when, not sure how. We'll see.
It's one of the reasons why I really love Stellaris, because like literally, I was gonna say the sky's the limit, but I mean it's space. So the vast void of nothingness is the limit.
Pretty much.
So yeah, we can do pretty much anything. It's just a matter of when and if we want to. Right. Okay, things are a little bit too stale right now.
Yeah, for us, we basically just gotta find the time to do it, the resources to do it, and prove the business case. It's us personally as gamers with a lot of these ideas we're super on board with, and it's just a question of when and how. Do I have the resources to do it?
Let's claims and systems, because you guys are ugly elves.
Incoming transmission. Scientific breakthrough achieved.
That doesn't seem like you. A non-aggression pact.
System survey complete.
Should I make these claims, or should I figure out something else to do? If I declare war, I really want those domination traditions, so I can start making vassals.
Our ships have been made superior.
I mean, I could just make a bunch of strongholds. No, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna commission an art piece. It's gonna cost me 3,000 credits, but it's gonna give me a crap of Unity outfit, which is kind of what I need right now.
Evasive maneuvers.
What's happening?
That's a good question. I have some space whales. Ugh. How ugly. How inelegant. You were there.
These things are
You were also
straight undignified.
You're also there. And you're also there. Okay. Very well. Send one of these fleets down and take care of this. And then we'll send another one here.
That's right, ancient mining drones. That's right.
Can we get color wheel style color selector with optional hexadecimal input at some point? Sounds like an interesting idea. Answer, I think you can guess it by the rest of our answers, which is maybe. Are space whales going to have some sort of function aside from aesthetics? I think if you kill them, you can't you get some research? You have unrest problems.
Yeah.
So they're not going to have any more functions than they already do in 2.0. As for the future, well, who knows? You know how this works, A-Spec. You've been here before.
Yeah, I couldn't say. But you never know, maybe.
Is War Exhaustion coming in 2.0 or in Apocalypse? That's 2.0. It's part of the free patch because the huge border system and war overhaul
it's all connected.
is a free patch.
It's all connected.
So that's 2.0 free update. I want to keep them as pets, not kill them. Can we domesticate space whales, make them into spaceships? I mean, interesting ideas all around. I'm not sure that's what we're going to do with it, though. I'm here for the scoop, fam. Been out of office for 3 years. Still, you should know how this works. Let's make some more science stations. And while we're at it, an energy grid. Any plans to add additional Leviathans? Who knows? These are two specific questions to answer in any meaningful way. Like if you're like, this is an idea I have, and it's very specific. I think I can't afford a Ministry of Culture. Damn it. Then by all means share it, post it in the forums. We might do something like that. But if you're like, are you going to do this? Then the question is maybe, or the answer is maybe, always. If you could personally add one function or feature to the game, what would it be? That's a very good question. That's a very hard question.
Yeah, I couldn't say.
I think that a way to surf on space whales.
If I could personally add one feature to the game.
Yeah.
Let me think on that.
Yeah.
Think of that. My mind is running on about 17 different tracks right now, trying to just run this game.